So I have two good news for you this afternoon. The first one, this was the first time I heard my name explained in German. And the second one, if I understand English correctly, elevator speech means it's going to be short. So two good news pieces. Beyond post-click. And when we talk about post-click, we talk about landing page and conversion funnel optimization. And the first question to be asked is why focus on post-click? Why bother? And if you look at the industry, not so many people do bother with post-click. We all know ad servers, optimizing banners for click-through rate. We all know search, optimizing keywords and everything. Much less is done on post-click. We actually know that this is one of the most valuable or most important chain or stage in the conversion value chain. This is where the actual action is done, and this is what the advertiser really wants to achieve. If we look, and I mentioned campaign or online advertising value chain. If we look at the value chain starts over there with creative and banners. It continues, or the combination of banner and creative and media placement. Where do we choose to advertise? These two things should generate clicks, and these clicks should be directed to the conversion funnel, to the advertiser's site in most cases. Back in the history, everybody was building a website with a homepage, directing all the traffic to the website, usually in English, then started to diversify and start use multiple landing pages and conversion funnels. So the post-click area that we are concentrated on, that I'm going to talk about today, is after the click pool, is actually what happens after a user clicks on a piece of creative, whatever it may be. An email, banner, text ad, or even nowadays, very popular to say, social engaging something. When I say this, I read a white paper by this big company that I always forgot their name. And they talked about something like $20 billion invested in the US in online advertising in 2009, out of which less than 1 was directed to post-click optimization. So most of it is done pre-click. This is, as I said, only partial picture, because if we already were able to generate an interaction with the user, so it means that we did some few things right. We probably placed the right creative in the right placement, targeting the right audiences, and we were able to intrigue an action, which is clicking on the creative. But if we take into consideration what really intrigued the action, then we have a lot of information to work with. So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to match what we know about the visitor. And by saying what we know about the visitor, I don't mean a whole lot of, gender, age, interest and stuff. No, I'm just talking about what happened now. What was the actual 2 things, 3 things, maybe 4 things that intrigued the interaction. So we match this information, this pre-click information, with the advertiser call for action. And we're trying not to guess much. We're trying to look at statistics, basically, and look if there are statistically significant different profiles on the pre-click side, and if they perform differently on the post-click side. We already know that drawing the click pool as a pool is not correct, because different people click from different reasons, on different creative types, and on different sites. Okay, so we're actually talking about a new optimization strategy, basically saying, let's optimize post-click, that's 1, but 2, let's not do it separately from what happened before. Because we should look at the whole chain as one big value chain. And we can create great banners with very high click-through rate. And just as an example, if we place a banner with a minimally dressed lady, we'll probably get 50% click-through rate, as only 50% are interested in minimally dressed ladies. But if we'll try to sell, open a bank account on the landing page, we'll probably generate very low conversion rate. So this is an extreme example, but we need to follow, and we need to match the message on the landing page to the message on the creative. And this is what we mean by integral part. Now, usually it is tough. It's too big of a task to do so. And what we do is, as an advertisers and as an agency, what we do is we treat each component separately. So we treat the media, or we look at the media for specific audiences, just a few examples. We look at the kind of creative for engagement and qualification, and we look at landing pages for conversion funnels and customer values. But the most important thing, or not less important thing, is to look at the whole picture, because these elements do interact with each other. So we are actually looking for the less performing combination. The price point that works for the media, the creative that fits the audience segment, the landing page that supports the promotional offer. As I said, you need to match what you're selling with what you're promising. Specific media, and the right creative for that media. So we need to look at the combination. By talking about combination, we are actually looking again at the conversion value chain, and I don't have the computer here, but usually I draw it here, and basically saying, let's say that now we divided the creative to like 3 different creative, and just imagine that one is green, one is red, and the other one is yellow. And we place them, all of them, on 3 different media placements or media sources, whatever it may be, different networks, different publishers, different portals, or even different placement, or the sports section versus the entertainment section. And if we are able to find the right combination, we are able to generate click-through rate that is higher than the other combination that is not working. Now, this combination generated the click. We already know that the combination of the red banner with the sports section generated a click. And when the click comes to the landing page or to the landing page server, we actually know that here is the clicker that clicked on a red banner in the sports section. And now let's see if there is any difference in conversion based on the landing pages. And the landing pages, again, one can be with the red football, and the other one can be with the green basketball, and the third one just with, I don't know, a singer. That's the idea. So we are actually taking the information, the combined information we have from the pre-click, combine it with the action that is happening on the post-click, and hopefully are able to generate this kind of very nicely drawn graph. Oh, I didn't click the right one. Here it is. So we are actually trying to optimize result. And from direct response perspective, we're looking at eCPA, or effective cost per acquisition, or per action, per desired action, whatever the action may be. And we compare this with effective revenue per action or per acquisition. And we are actually looking for the margin, because we are probably able to generate tons of registrations if we are promising an iPhone, an iPad, a BMW, or whatever drawing. We'll be able to generate a lot of registration. Those customer values, or those customers' value, tend to be lower than the other one. The other ones that are generated from actual interest in what we are selling. But it might well be that the difference between how much it costs us to generate the registration and how much we are making out of it is still the same or even bigger. This is what we mean by it. We realize that not all conversions are created equal. So we look at post-conversion, and we look at customer value, and this is also part of the online campaign value chain. And we look at it, and for example, we compare the different things that generated the registration. What was the promotional offer? Was it some sort of incentivized offer, or was it just direct interest kind of thing? Where are they coming from? What are the market? It can be, you know, on a country basis, on a continent basis, or even on municipal areas, rural versus big cities, Munich versus Cologne. Media type as well, and creative and conversion funnels. Everything eventually affects not only conversion rate, but also conversion value and quality. Okay? And we're not only reporting this correctly, we're also trying to build it in a way that that meaningful action can be taken into account. The challenges, of course, the exact challenges, it was relatively not so easy to explain, is that it's a complex, we're talking about large-scale campaign, we're talking about large amounts of data, not only creative and media that we're all using to, or some cookie data on the users, but also different landing pages, different conversion funnels, different promotional offers. So there is what we borrowed the multivariate testing, we borrowed the multivariate, but it's not only testing, it's actually decision-making, and we need to make those decisions with no delays. That's the idea. So understanding it all together means that the right technology is key, and if we are able to bring it all together, we are able to actually extract meaningful and actionable results. That's the idea. I don't need to read this. So if we need to summarize, basically, if you need to remember one thing is optimize landing pages. It's important. But optimize it as an integral part of the value chain. And let's take the guesswork out of the post-click process, because there is a lot to be done there, and we see it day in and day out. The right technology, of course, is required because there's too much information to be involved. Raising ROI, maximizing results, this is what we are all about. Thank you very, very much.